Hey people, god damn it, I did it again. I've returned from my slop cooldown and am once again ready to play something that isn't Barony. I've been a little busy. I made a new desktop background, logged a couple shifts into the System Shock remake, and started playing Baldur's Gate 3. But seeing as it's October, I thought I'd fulfill a promise I made over a year ago. After all, I am a man of my word. Today, I'll be talking about Dread Templar. You know, that one game I said I would make a review over in the Boom Shooter tier list? It's one of the many retro shooters that have come out in the past 5 years, and I feel like it needs just a bit more coverage. Well, lucky for you all, I love playing games no one else likes. It makes me feel special and better than the ugly masses that make up today's society that consists of Madden NFL players and regular Roblox addicts. I'm getting off topic. Let's talk about the story. Being a shooter influenced by classic game design, the story in Dread Templar is very straightforward and has zero influence on the gameplay at all. 90% of the game's story is the Templar's background story, told to the player by these very dramatically narrated cutscenes at the beginning of each episode.
I knelt beside my grandfather's blood-soaked body.
I'll run it by you very quickly. The Templar was once a boy. He lived with his grandpa in a cabin in the woods. His grandpa got killed by a demon and the boy was taken in by another Templar. He then became a Templar with his only goal being to kill demons, I guess. That's it.
I'm not upset with y'all because I know you're mentally ill.
Due to time constraints, I'm not going to go over every level in the game, also because I just don't think it's really necessary, but I'll still talk about them in general. Comparing this to other shooters of its ilk, Dread Templar is unique in how its levels are generally structured. Every level has a side area. That itself is a pretty decent chunk of the level as a whole, but is entirely skippable. I wouldn't recommend skipping them though, as they always give you blood crystals and upgrades at the end of them. The levels in this game are also very secret heavy. If you're not actively looking for secrets, then you're going to end up missing out on not only ammo, but weapon upgrades as well. And these aren't just your run-of-the-mill, here's some extra damage for your pistols. No, a fair amount of these are the level 3 upgrades that drastically change how your weapon works, so you need to really be looking for these. There's also how the levels in this game are structured progression-wise. There's 25 levels in the game, and they're split across 5 episodes. Episode 1 has 6 levels, since the first one is like an introduction. Episodes 2 through 4 have 5 levels, and episode 5 has 4 levels. Kinda wonky, but it's fine. These levels are also kinda lengthy, especially by the time you get to episode 3 and 4. And what makes their length kind of annoying though, is that there's no manual save. You have to go to these save points that are put in the levels, and then you can do it. Granted, these are very generously placed, and it does eliminate the problem of save scumming, but it's still kind of annoying that if I want to stop playing for whatever reason, I have to wait either until I find the next save point, or just finish the level. Some highlights for levels are, firstly, this awesome fucking pirate ship level. Not only is it a pirate ship, it's also frozen, and the captain is a ghost. This is so epic. There's also a couple desert levels with sand. I love. It's so awesome. There's also this big open level at the end of episode 2, which throws a billion enemies at you from the first few seconds, and ends with the boss fight against this goober. Not very hard.
Hey Bowser, that big old 500-pound some bitch just took the damn bitch and used all his bitch power to put every bitch in Bowser.
The weapons in this game are a bit of a mixed bag. Some of them are just okay, but there's some that are just incredible. Your starting weapons are dual katanas, which are an alright melee weapon, but can be combined to basically just become a spear. Then you get dual pistols, a shotgun, dual SMGs, a super shotgun, which all function as you would imagine, but after that, things get a bit more interesting. The trap launcher shoots these sort of landmines that paralyze any demon within their area of effect. The black bow is a sort of counterpart to your katanas. It has technically infinite ammo, but you have a limited amount of shots before they have to recharge. I'd say the main reason is balance, because this is very much a precision weapon. Most enemies only need a few headshots from the bow to die, and I mean like under 3. The rest of the weapons though are really fucking cool. They're all infernal, so they all have the same visual theme of evil and black
and red and death and scary.
The first one you get is this grenade launcher. It's fine, but then there's the infernal revolver. This thing is fucking awesome. It's easily my favorite weapon in the game, which sucks because ammo for it can be kind of scarce. It's another precision weapon like the katanas and bow, but it's just so much cooler than either of them. 10 out of 10. Its coolness level is almost reached by the infernal gauntlets. They're the BFG of the game. You get 2 shots, and then the fun's over, pal. It shoots a giant ball that pierces enemies. Oh, wow, look at it go. Now, these weapons are great and all, but there's a bit more to them. Some of the level 3 upgrades you get actually transform your weapons, but only one at a time. So, for example, I can change the pistols to be these infernal pistols. Very cool. But I can't also use the upgrade that changes the SMGs to their infernal form. It's one or the other, which is slightly annoying, but I also understand that if you could use all the weapons' infernal forms, even on the hardest difficulty, this shit would be baby mode. Even with all these devil-may-cry ass enemies running around and all these really cool demon weapons filling your inventory, I think the music is one of the game's strongest aspects. It's not quite as refined as something like Dusk or as perfect as Turbo Overkill, but it's still remarkably good.
Take it. It will give you strength, help you on your journey, if you can withstand the power surge.
Alright lads, here's the spoiler segment for the 3 of you that care. So the Templar has had the goal of revenge for basically the whole story of the game, from when his grandpa was murdered and still to the current events. At the end of episode 4, you go through an evil hell portal knowing that you're going to the domain of the evil devil man that orchestrated your grandfather's murder. At the end of episode 5, which is only 4 levels instead of the usual 5, you learn of the antagonist's master plan.
You appreciate this place I built for you. I can imagine how wonderful it would feel to relive that unforgettable night. I didn't kill you then, so the power inside you could awaken to its full potential. It has grown to such an extent that I can even smell its perfection. Come out. I've been waiting for too long. The dread force in your body is calling for its new master.
This is just Chernobog's plan. Do an evil thing to the protagonist to force them to grow their power and then take it for yourself. That is literally just Chernobog's plan. Whatever, man. Anyway, his name is Beelzebub and he's a fucking wimp. When he's dead, you get a very melancholic ending cutscene of the Templar looking at a picture of his grandpa before being engulfed in Beelzebub's death explosion? Nah, whatever. Everyone's dead. It's fine. Haha! Outro thing, script video. This actually sucks ass. Terribly sorry this video was not more in-depth for all 3 of you Dread Templar fans that will see this, but I've got work to do. Next video will probably, maybe, sort of likely, be the Halloween special, but you're gonna have to wait and see. Until then, watch the Candy Crush special 20 more times or something. I don't know. Anyway.
I like it, cut G.